Let's pray. Here we go. Lord Jesus, it is you who wakes me up every day.
Rest in peace to X. 914.
Somebody tell the law, I got 100 balls. If the blood pours, I got 100 balls. Even my demigoddess got it for the cause. And she rock, boy. You niggas rock, boy. Somebody tell the law.
This is the God Out podcast.
What 100 charms. If the blood pours.
You are now rocking with DEMEGOD, the big homie's big homie. We in the building. Mount Vernon's in the building. We got surprise guests. We got artists in the building. We got DJs in the building. Yo, Nikki.
What's up?
The educated beauty. This gonna be she's my new co-host. And she's gonna be with me, and we're gonna be giving y'all that flame and fire, interviewing people, you know what I'm saying, bringing the community where it need to be. And then we got Quentin Gilmore.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here, bro. Thanks for having me.
It's a fact, King.
Yes, sir. Nikki, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Superstar in the making. And this is personal to me because he's from my hood, you know what I mean? He's from my block, not just my hood, but my block. I know his mother, watched him grow up, and I'm proud of him, you know what I'm saying? The development and all that, the music, I love what you're doing. Straight conscious, I can understand what you're saying. You're speaking clearly. You ain't pumping that, you know what I'm saying? Pumping that nigga shit, I call it.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I'm just being me.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
All I could do.
That's a fact. So, you know, it's like artists today is like trying to fit into a mold. Everybody trying to copycat. So it's not too many unique artists out there, and I think you represent that from Mount Vernon, B.
Nah, I appreciate you. I mean, I always felt like everybody lives their own life, so you got your own story. So
that's a fact.
If you just speak on yourself, then you're gonna stand out.
That's a fact.
I'm trying to fit in, and it's like you just fit in, basically.
I had this conversation a couple days ago in Tennessee with my cousin. My cousin called me and was like, yo, I seen you interviewing people in Times Square, blah, blah, blah. He kind of like, you know, uppity college dude. Yeah. So he heard me say, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, that's not you. Why you keep saying you know what I'm saying? I was like, cuzzo, that is me. Like, I'm being authentic. Like, that's me. So I don't want to, he's like, nah, you should change that. I said, nah, cuzzo, I appreciate your constructive criticism, but nah, authenticity is what I'm bringing, and that's the whole point. That's what's winning today.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's winning today. Authenticity. More authentic you are, thank you. The better. You feel me? So let us know. Give us a rundown on the whole music thing, on where it started. What was the beginning of the Quentin Gilmore whole artist development phase?
All right. Well, at first I was a dancer when I was growing up. You know, we used to be dancing, doing shoe tricks and all
Get
that.
light and all that. Get light crew. I remember.
Up to like 12, 13, 14, I was just dancing. I thought I was going to be like rich off dancing. And then it was some certain people from our city. Shout out to Corey Fluke. He was like one of my biggest inspirations.
Corey Fluke.
He's like, that's my best friend, big brother.
That's a fact.
That was like the first rapper that I knew personally. Like he was selling CDs and we was going to his show. Yeah, he was grinding. And then you, for sure, I used to see you out the window, the tank top on. It was like 50 Cent to me.
That's a fact.
My mom had your CD. I always remember listening to it.
I remember.
And then I got into basketball. I was playing basketball, AAU, and then my sister, Money Gang Didi, she started doing music.
Shout out to Didi. Love Didi.
Big shout out to Didi.
That's a fact.
She started doing music first. Her friends, they was called Money Gang. And they was just in the crib doing everything, recording. I'm coming home from basketball practice. Once they finished recording, I would just sneak on the mic and just make a little song. And they start coming out good. Like, so that's what started
That was the
music.
beginning.
Yeah.
That was the beginning.
Sure.
The inspiration just came from that. And what was your first legitimate project that you put on iTunes? What was the name of that first legitimate project?
Well, my first projects was on like Dat Piff and Hot New Hip Hop. My first project was called Winter Love.
Winter Love.
Yeah, I had Barack Obama on the cover with Michelle when they were standing by the Christmas tree.
Y'all go check that out, man. Y'all go check out that Winter Love.
Nah, for
And
sure.
would you say that's one of your favorite projects, or what's your
Nah,
favorite?
listening back to that, that's horrible. The mixing, everything is bad.
Well, it was the beginning, so
Yeah, it was the
you were
beginning.
still learning. So, what would you say one of your favorite projects are?
My favorite project is my latest project.
Ooh, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that the latest joint. Tell us basically. You said you used to play basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know that, brother. See, I've been going. I went to prison, so I ain't know that you was doing your thing like that. I'm proud of you. I ain't even know that.
Nah, yeah, I appreciate
That's
it.
a fact. Tell us a little bit about that. What was your experience with that?
I mean, we was all playing basketball. Mount Vernon is like a small city with artists and basketball players. And we got actors too, Denzel, but
That's a fact.
that's the thing to do. He was playing ball. He was
Mhm.
looking up to Jabari Hines. He went to West Virginia. Then Isaiah Cousins was after him. That's my close friend.
Oh, that's dope.
So we were just all playing junior nights. And
Mhm.
you know, I played JV for the high school.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. So Akil Ali, shout out to Akil Ali, the Moor, Islam Moor. The joint with you and him, I favor that joint. I just posted that joint on my Instagram. How was it working with Akil Ali?
Akil Ali is really my big bro.
That's a
I
fact.
probably knew him for a few years. We both do music, but our relationship is not based on music.
Mm-hmm.
We've been friends for 2 years before we even made a song. That was our first song.
Oh, that's dope. That's
So
dope.
I made the song. Actually, what happened was he came to my crib to record a song, and he brought some beats. So that beat that I did that song was his beat. So when he left my crib, probably like a couple days later, I'm just going through the beats on my laptop, and that beat came up, but I didn't know that was his beat. So I did it, and I sent it to him to hear, and he was like, "Yo, that was my beat. A producer gave me. I don't know if we could use it, but I'm gonna ask him."
Yeah.
So I threw Akil Ali on it. The producer fucked with it. So
This project you talking about is Wholehearted too, right?
yeah, wholehearted.
Who else you got featuring on that joint?
I got Money Game Didi. Of course, she's on every project.
That's a fact.
I got Akil Ali. Riley Lane, she's a dope singer from the Bronx. Capella Gray, he's also from the Bronx. I got the Mayor, she got 2 features.
Oh yeah, the mayor's on there. That's
Sean
dope.
Patterson Howard. And Snoopy De Niro, he's a Bronx artist.
Bronx artist.
And I got Damani, the commissioner.
Oh,
DPW
Damani, yeah,
commissioner.
Damani, another
Another Plaza
That's
legend.
a fact, legend. That's a fact. I watched grow up. So I'm proud, man. I got a whole pyramid of artists that's just like from when I was doing it back in the early '90s and the mid '90s till now. Like these artists, these young boys is coming up and they represent the town. You know what I'm saying? The best way, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no other way to put it. Like these guys is really putting it down, man. And I commend you on your conscious lyrics. Like, so give us a rundown on just like the album. Like, all right, I'm looking at the album right now. So I want to know, like, what was your development process when it came with I Love You?
I Love You is just so my first album with Wholehearted was Wholehearted. This is Wholehearted too.
Oh, that's dope.
Wholehearted was in 2014. And that was like a similar introspective album where I was speaking like personal stories and stuff. All my albums after that was more like mainstream type of song. I never really got to that real essence. So this was bringing it back to that. So basically from 2014 to now, I had so much to speak on, and so that's just like a intro, being introspective.
Oh, that's dope. That's
rambling,
dope.
jumping from year to year, just.
So y'all people out there, man, you can't even listen to Wholehearted 2 unless you check out Wholehearted 1. You heard. So if you just now getting put on to Quentin Gilmore, check out Wholehearted 1, and then when you get that vibe, you could tap into Wholehearted 2. You don't got to do that. You could go backwards. Sometimes
Yeah,
I like to
feel
go
like
backwards.
it's such a good album. You know, good movies you could just jump in.
Yeah, you can jump into them.
They'll still let you know what happened.
Exactly, that's a fact. So Wholehearted 2, they could jump into that and then go to Wholehearted 1.
Just jump in wherever.
Yeah, wherever you feel. Yeah, wherever you comfortable, but make sure y'all tap in. All right, Sincerely Daddy featuring Akil Ali. That's the joint. Is that the joint?
Yeah,
That's the joint I posted.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the joint. We spoke about that. God on My Side. That's funny because I got a song called God on My Side too. Tell me the science behind that.
God on My Side is the last song I recorded. My sister just came through. I told her I feel like she needed another feature. We only had one song. So we actually went to church like 2 days before we made this song. So that's just what was on our mind. That was on our hearts. It's not a Christian song. It's just
Just,
The real
nah,
song.
God don't got nothing to do with Christian, even though we speak in the English language, and God is a Greek term for a higher power, but not even a higher power. In all actuality, the etymology term for God is one who has dominion and control. So God is not even a word to describe the higher power. It's just that we speak in the language of our oppressors, which is English, and that's where they can only go a certain aspect as far as when it comes to spiritual aspects of things, and our people could take it further. So that's why you got the 5%ers and you got the gods. They call themselves God because God doesn't mean Allah. God doesn't mean Yahweh. God doesn't mean Jah, Ra. All of these names that other languages have to describe a higher power, English does not. So that goes to show you where the Europeans, how far they see science and religion and God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But God is powerful. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be Christian. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm gonna get that song on the radio. I feel like all of the message that's out there today is just negative. I feel
That's a
like
fact.
we need something like that.
That's
It's
a
like
fact.
Jesus walks again.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We need more music like that. We need more love.
Especially from the youth.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
sure.
Especially from you.
And I got a big influence on the youth in my community. So
Definitely.
Especially from you. You know what I mean?
at the end, the mayor spoke some words. It was like kind of like a poem.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was powerful.
Well, at the in the
God on My Side. Yeah.
Okay.
hold on.
With Spot Me, I can overdraft up to $200 fee free.
But you know what? I can't even play the joint on the junk right now. But I would love to have.
It's on YouTube too. You're just playing that off YouTube, right?
Yeah, but nah, we can't play it. We can't play it on the show
Okay.
because just copyrights, infringements. I just don't want to go through all of that. You got your stuff already out there. Like we could play a song that's not on iTunes or that you haven't registered already, but I really don't like to play registered music because then they attack the podcast and be like, you can't put the podcast out because you got this person music playing. You know what I mean?
I'm independent, so
Yeah, I read it, but it don't even matter. As long as it go on iTunes, automatically it's a digital copyright that nobody can play a joint. And that secures you. It's security, so nobody ain't taking your stuff. You know what I mean? Let's go to the next joint though. I want to know about Still My Baby featuring Capella Gray, Sean Gray's son. Shout out to Sean Gray, another Mount Vernon legend. Sue's Rendezvous and all that. Everybody know who Sean Gray is, who's from that era. Capella Gray is his son, very talented son. And he got a joint with Quentin. Tell me, how was it working with him?
I've been working with Capella for like a few years. We worked well together, so that was just after the club one night. We was all together. We went to the stool. Let's cook up, and we left.
That's
with that.
dope. That's dope.
And that was simple. We made that in like 15 minutes.
So what's the concept of the song?
It's saying "Still My Baby," like
Oh, so it's to the shorties?
yeah, to the shorty.
Oh, okay. You got the shorties joint. All right.
Any inspiration, or are you just feeling it that night?
I mean, he did the hook, so that set the tone for the record. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, you kind of like me. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Especially when you're collaborating with somebody, the best thing to do is to let them set the tone, unless you setting the tone.
Nah, I mean,
the tone's already
I
set.
always usually set the tone, but with artists like Capella or artists that like I look up to that's talented,
Yeah.
it's either or. It's whoever go first.
That's a
Got
fact.
it.
And whoever come out with that fire, okay, we rocking with that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that.
So,
Check Again. What's the science behind Check Again?
That's just a fun record, basically. Like it's to the shorties once again. Yeah, it's just that's like my least introspective song on the album. That's the one like club joint I gave him.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
there's no science really behind that.
okay.
It,
What's
just,
the
it feels good. It's fun.
What's the first video you shot off the joint?
I shot track 4, Muggsy McFlows.
Muggsy McFlows.
Yeah, that was like just bars. That was my best verse on the album.
So you gonna shoot another video, right? We gonna keep promoting and shoot another single. What's your next single?
I'm about to shoot God on My Side.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
all right.
Probably like
That's
2
dope.
weeks. And
Yeah.
I actually was fucking with this venue. I want to shoot in here.
Nah,
Nice.
this joint
Yeah.
fire. Your
Nice.
each venue is crazy. Shout out to
So I
Baron
don't know if I can
Stages,
curse.
man.
My fault.
Of course you can. This is authenticity, right? So
Yeah.
you can do you feel how you feel. But shout out to Baron Stages. They got a crazy dope facility for artists
It's
to come.
crazy. I never seen this. I thought I run the city, but
Fire,
I got a
fire,
whole venue out here that I never.
word,
That's
fire.
fire,
It's
yeah.
on the low too.
Yeah.
On the low, shoot videos, throw parties is dope. Wholehearted, featuring Snoopy De Niro.
Yeah, the song was called Wholehearted Boys.
Mm-hmm.
He said a line in his verse. He said, 2 wholehearted niggas. I was gonna make that the title, but I didn't want to pick that, so I picked Wholehearted Boys. But Snoopy is like an artist that I work with, and we like Styles and Jadakiss. We be going at it.
Oh, y'all go back to back like that?
Yeah.
That's what y'all doing on that joint?
Nah, we just did verse for verse.
Oh, verse for
Okay,
verse. But
okay,
y'all do,
okay.
Yeah.
y'all collaborate like that where y'all could go back to back like Styles and Kiss. That's crazy. That's
We
fire.
just got 2 crazy verses on that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like my verse better. Some people like his verse better. He went for like 3 minutes. I went for like a minute.
So you mentioned the Gus, like niggas or the Gus?
Nigga, he said 2 wholehearted niggas.
Oh, okay.
And that was
So,
gonna be that was the song title for like. But the day before I uploaded, I'm like, nah, I don't want to pick that. I got God on my
Exactly.
side.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
Like for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
what I do, like I just dropped a poetry book. I don't know if you know about that, but I dropped a poetry
Nah,
book.
it's physical.
Yeah, I dropped a physical
Got the
poetry.
one
I got a
right now?
copy for you. I got a copy for
Yeah, I
you.
need one.
But I changed all the nigga in my old lyrics. I took my old lyrics and turned them into poems. And I didn't want to use the word neither. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can catch me when I'm angry or behind closed doors saying the word, and I'm not proud of it, but bad habits is not hard, you know what I'm saying? But I substituted the word with the Ethiopian word nagus. So when you read the book, every time I'm saying niggas, it's saying nagus. And nagus means king in Ethiopian. So maybe you could substitute it and you could start pushing that movement. I hand it over to you, and you start doing it, and then some other artists will see you doing it and they start doing it. Instead of saying
that's how it
niggas,
works.
they say they could put nagus, or they can even spit nagus, my niggas, because it's a whole different vibration than niggas.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Nagus is
I
that's
learned
like
that word
Ethiopian
from
king.
Kendrick Lamar. He had some merch for his second album.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the hat that said niggas.
Yes.
Exactly.
I caught the hat
Exactly.
and I looked it up.
Another shout out to Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? This is I've predicted on this show a couple episodes ago that this year is going to start the rise of the conscious artist. Conscious artist is going to be making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's by design or by divine intervention, it's going to happen. I see it happening already where, just like with the Moors, it's a lot of artists wasn't really talking about Moors. Now you see Kevin Gates, he talking about Moors. Everybody talking about Moors, you know what I'm saying? Then you got other conscious like the Gods, where they brought the Wu-Tang picture back. That brought the kids back into the God fold. Like all of that's coming back, you know what I'm saying? All of that Tribe Called Quest feel, that, you know what I'm saying, that conscious rap, not conscious to the point where we like too conscious, you know what I'm saying, but conscious to the point where we know who we are and we can still have a good time and we can still be flashy, still get money, you know what I'm saying, still dress fly, still talk slang, but still know who you are, because that's a whole different aspect of being, you know what I mean?
I mean, the top 3 artists are conscious artists. With Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole.
That's a fact.
And no matter how much
They
bullshit
try.
is out there, it's still Conscious is always alive.
It's always alive. I
For
agree
sure.
with you. That's a fact.
My favorite artist of all time is Lauryn Hill. So
Oh yeah, she's dope. You heard the joint with her and Nas on the new Nas joint?
and she went
Fire.
crazy.
She
on
went
that.
crazy
For
on
sure.
that. That's a fact. And me and you could appreciate that because that's like I've always been that type of rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Tupac was like the ultimate for me in my era. You feel me? But I was definitely digging Common Sense. I was definitely digging like Nas. You know what I'm saying? That consciousness where I could really understand what they saying and I could relate. You know what I'm saying? Not just to the street, but to the struggle,
Yeah, that's
social struggle.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
Cause I feel like when I'm making music or the artists I listen to, most people are not rich or most people are not living successful lives. Not saying like that, but we could relate more to the pain and the struggle.
That's a
I
fact.
never was. I don't like people just like bragging and boasting. That's not. You don't feel that.
That's a fact.
Only certain people could do it. Like Jay-Z, he does it so eloquently, and he could tap into both sides. But I like listening to like shit that I could relate to.
That's a
I'm
fact.
not rich. I don't got no mansion.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
hear some.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah.
Relatable. And everybody's success looks different. You know what I mean? Like one person's success was what one man is happy with, another man might not be happy with. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of like, I remember when I was coming up, dudes used to be like, "Yo, you ain't make it yet? Yo, you ain't do it yet?" And I'm like, "What is this you want me
what
to
you
do?
looking
for?
What is you
I
expecting?
get
What
a
is,
lot of that
you feel
too.
me? Like,
Yeah.
and that's what you should ask them. Like, what are you expecting to see? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That's not no, I ain't do it yet. I ain't make it yet. I'm making it.
You getting
Go
the message
online,
out
check me out. I'm doing it. I might not be doing it to your aspect, but your aspect is preconceived by a preconceived notion that's being molded by mainstream. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's success is different, and if you could feel me, then you could feel me, and if you can't, you can't. They gonna ask you that though. They gonna be like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? Why you ain't get a deal yet?" I don't need no deal. I am the deal. I am the brand. I am the market.
For sure.
That's where we at right now.
Yeah, the goal is to get people to listen, get people to understand, get people to view your perspective. So if you get that done, then you made it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Definitely. Making it for me is just
Dope.
like I work 2 jobs right now.
See?
I work DPW in the morning, 6:30. Then I do an electric company in the afternoon.
Right,
Superman.
right.
That's what it sounds like to me.
And I could just live off my talent and my creating, then I made it. I don't gotta work, and I could.
That's a fact.
I don't gotta be super rich, but as long as I can provide for my family or me, my talent, not working for somebody else, then I'm gonna feel like.
And even so, you know, music, anything you create, music is like it can last forever. You know what I'm saying? You could pass away in 30 years from now, Quentin Gilmore album go platinum, or even diamond, 10 million.
Sure.
So you don't never know, and that legacy is the legacy your kids can live off of.
Yep.
As long as you do your business right and you set up beneficiaries to your bread that you got coming in on the digital, you never know. You might pass away, like I said, 10, 20 years later, the whole album sell diamond. And your kids will eat off that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. You know what I mean? I appreciate having you here. You know what I mean? And all the heads in 914, man, y'all already know who this is. But the whole point is to get exposure for these young artists and the people that follow me, the Moors that follow me around the world. Y'all already know there's a Quentin Gilmore in my hood. He's a star. And, you know, go look him up on YouTube. You know, give everybody your handles and all that so they know where to find you.
Everything is Quentin Gilmore. QUENTIN Gilmore. GILMORE. And it's crazy because my first artist name was Busy B.
Ooh,
And for some reason, I just felt like I wanted to be more authentic. And I just went with my name.
Dope.
Quentin
That's
Gilmore.
dope.
Dope. So that's
All my favorite artists, Lauryn Hill,
Mm-hmm.
Drake, that's his middle name,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar,
yeah.
J. Cole, Jermaine Cole.
That's a
Their
fact.
name, yeah.
That's a fact.
That's dope.
Nah, that's dope. That's a dope name.
Dope, yeah.
And it's gonna be a household name. Guarantee you.
Yep.
Guarantee you, Moor. Thanks for coming. You heard?
So I appreciate you.
Moor. It's a fact.
Nice meeting you. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming.
So yeah, y'all stay tuned, man. We're gonna be back. We got another guest in the building, DJ Lion Paw. And this is the God Owl Podcast. Me and Nikki, the educated beauty. I'm the big homie DEMEGOD. Islam. This is the God Owl Podcast. You're rocking with the big homie DEMEGOD. Thank you for tuning in. Our next guest for this episode is the illustrious and the great DJ Lion Paw. Thank you for coming, bro.
Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You.
You like one of the first DJs we had on the show.
Listen, man, it's greatly appreciated. I've been trying to get on the God Owl Podcast for a second. We've been paying attention to you while you paying attention to us, man.
That's a fact. That's dope.
You see 2 bosses in the building, but we got 5 lions and a lioness, 4 lions and a lioness. So
That's a fact.
So happy New Year to everyone. Appreciate your invitation, and I'm here, man. Let's
Happy Gregorian calendar New Year. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's dope that you came. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna collaborate on some parties.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be doing a whole lot. I know you're on the radio.
Yes, sir.
You're on the radio, right?
That's right, 101.7 FM Linkage Radio, each and every Friday, prime time, 8 to 10, every Saturday, 10 to 1, baby.
Oh my God! See how you spit that out? Rise of the Moors. It's long, man.
Rise of the Moors.
So tell me, how'd you get started DJing?
Oh, this one's gonna trip you out. So the story used to be, before I found myself and found out how the original story was, that at like around 9 or 10, hearing that song by Buju Banton, "Circumstances Made Me Who I Am," fell in love with it. Playing it, hearing it, everything. Now I'd heard music prior, but that was the story I used to tell. Till I grew old and matured and realized, wait a minute, before 9, coming up to that age and even older, my dad used to play the piano in the house while he prepared sermons. He was a minister. And then I'd go to church on Sundays and watch how he moved the congregation with the organ.
Ooh.
I didn't peep it till later on in life. I was like, okay. It's something I heard Nas say, and something I heard Lupe say when they were little. Their inspiration. I just realized that was my inspiration.
Facts.
You get it? So now, so I'm going to church on Sundays. He's moving the congregation through the organ and then ministering. Right? As an MC and a DJ, you put that together, I'm doing the same thing, only he's spiritually invoking emotion out of you, and I'm trying to take away your negative, your weak, your job, your failures, your depression, and be your drug and be your, make a vibe for you, take you away for a moment.
Everything is vibration.
And so when you connect that, it's like, okay, my genesis actually being in the house, 4, 5, 6, 7, listen to the piano. My dad used to force me to play the piano, organ, cello, which a lot of black people don't play, the violin, saxophone, which is my favorite, but I rebelled.
Yes, a fact.
Coming into my teen years, now I appreciate it and wanted to take up back saxophone and all that
That's
stuff.
a fact. That's a fact.
But I was that kid, man. I used to pressure. You know how you want the best out of your kid? I was one of those that pressured myself. I actually wanted the A's and the B's. Yeah, I wasn't trying to impress dad, mom. That was just, I was a competitor. Ran track, played soccer, football back home, right? Played basketball, played cricket. We call it cricket.
Yeah.
And I was just competitive in anything.
Yeah.
And it took one kid saying, "Oh, you got an 89, I got a 90 something." He got, and from that day, and I think that was 3rd grade, it was a wrap, bro.
That's a fact.
I just thought I mixed. I started competing in academics the way I did in sports, right? But I never left the music. The music always would be there. I don't know, like it chose me. So here I'm focused on academics, and I'm going. Dad's a minister. They don't know my street life.
That's a fact.
Mom's a nurse. And then one day, which is crazy, we're downstairs and I was a youth leader in church. And we have a radio. Mind you, I'm living a little street life. So it's almost like, they say you work for the devil, we work for me. I'm in the church, playing some hip hop, playing some dancehall, playing some house music, because I was worldly in Jamaica. Like I listened to a lot of music, a lot of genres. And Dad goes, "Oh, you cannot do that. Why are you doing that? Don't play that in the Lord's house." You know? Oh, bro. But I had them moving. I had them have a fun time. I'm talking about 9 years old to 18. I'm only maybe 10, 11 at the time.
Right.
And then my mom was here ahead of us. And she sent for my brother, my sister, and my dad from Jamaica. We came up. It was over. Started learning more about the Nas's and the Lupes, and you notice I say those things. I love those guys. Common, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Big L, Biggie, Tupac. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? KRS-One. You feel me? Like I know I'm West Indian and all this, but this is what was hitting my. I like the conscious stuff.
Yes.
Well, you know
I like
come
the stuff
from.
that
You know, Cool Herc.
Yes, absolutely.
Yard man.
We was gonna get there.
All right, well, so you know the hip hop and the yard music is one and the same.
It's one and the same.
Spun off.
One
It's
and the
just
same.
spun off
Big
of-
boxes
exactly.
and sneakers. Yeah, absolutely. And what's funny about that is once that took a hold of me, I started trying to sneak out the house and going to the parties and on Carnegie Road and White Plains Road, you remember Savoy and all these guys. I'm like trying to sneak in and all this stuff. And what's crazy, you know, it was a guy named Sammy who, you know, you have these bouncers that cool. There's this one guy did it for me. This one guy got me one time, so I'm on the age, and I saw the DJ, man. I can't remember his name. I'm young. And the way he had the crowd rocking, it's not like today where everybody trying to show off and be somebody when they're not somebody. People was enjoying themselves. The wall stand for themselves. They're in the middle. You know, he's MCing. Ooh,
Party
you know what
back
it's
then.
like? You know what it's like to see someone walking, and as they walk in, that bass of them, and they
They're moving with the music.
you know, you're playing such good music for them that outside me you could be enemies, but I got you dapping somebody your enemy. You know what powerful music can do.
Music is powerful.
Very powerful.
And where I was at the time, if you know about White Plains back in his Shower Posse, these guys,
That's
Bloods,
a fact.
Crips, all
Shower
that.
Posse.
I'm seeing these groups in the club,
Yeah.
and it's a vibe.
So
No
fine.
beef, ain't nobody getting shot or stabbed outside. I was like, I want to do that. Still pushing myself in school, I want to do that.
Wow.
And ever since there, to this day, I still got the original 1200 techniques.
Wow.
To this day with the gold needles. Untouched, I don't even touch it no more.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I might bring it out for you.
My
You know what I'm saying? The Moors can get that love.
The Moors,
You know what I'm saying? But I don't bring it out no more. And so fast forward, what had happened was now I'm in high school now. I'm in high school and they're having the prom. It's not my time, I'm a freshman. And I take a chance. I say, you looking for a DJ? And they say they might have one. I said, all right, well, give me a shot. All right. I was heavy into R&B at the time, the soul and all that, the Luther Vandross.
That's
all
a
that.
fact.
So they gave me a chance. And brother, when I had not the students alone but the teachers moving, after that I just started hitting up the clubs. I was doing that legwork they talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
days where you took the crates around and the vinyls around. So you know how you went to try to get booked or get noticed by a manager or owner of a club? I'm gonna mess you up. I used to actually bring the crate and my set and my techniques. So if he said yes,
He was ready.
I was ready to just give him a little 30-minute something. Because usually nowadays you go, okay, let me see what you got come this day. No, I came with it. So you could say no, I mean, I'm going back with all them crates, all them vinyls, all that.
Oh, wow.
So every one of these places you hear like Garage and Mingles and Savoys and what was it, Act 3 and all these.
Yeah.
I was the cat, if you hear back in the day, before the locks, the Covenant, coming with crates of, yo, you know this guy is with crates and vinyls, he's always bringing his turntable. Nobody know him, but he coming trying to spin, he coming trying to be, that was me.
Wow.
So there was times I got no's and the doors closed and I went back with it, home with it. And there's times I got yes and I was ready for you 20, 30 minutes.
That's dope.
Yeah, and that's how I started to make a name for myself and start DJing, going through struggles at home with mom and dad, but
Of
they
course.
got the grades, so it was good.
Not to cut you off, I wanna elaborate on that for all the young DJs out there.
Talk to them.
You know what I'm saying? All the young people out there. He just dropped a jewel on y'all. He basically gave you the blueprint of how to make your dreams come alive. A lot of people would not be able to put in that work.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I commend you for that because every time you came out, you was carrying them crates.
Yeah.
You was carrying them records.
Dedication.
Whether you was
man.
booked or not, and like you said, if you got denied, you had to carry them.
Yeah.
You had to chuck it up.
I would ask them
You know
not
what
to
I'm
pay
saying?
me. I would ask them not to pay me, and since you have a house DJ, just give me 30 minutes.
That's a
I
fact.
don't want to get paid.
That's a fact.
Just a show.
So the kids gotta understand that right there is dedication.
Yeah.
So everything that he gets in the future, every blessing that come across his table, he deserves it.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
And no, you good, man. I love it. And from there, now music just took a hold of me. So now I had to and I was a star athlete. Like I played for the U.S. team in soccer and wrestling. I'm an MMA fighter. So now I got to juggle.
He said here, MMA fighter,
I'm a
mixed martial arts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't play around.
Yeah, I had my black belt since the age of
Come in
12.
peace or leave in pieces.
My dad was a grandmaster. Let's put that out there. Rest in peace. Dad, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Lord.
Yeah, he was a grandmaster, which you know what that means.
Exactly.
He went the full length and have the scroll.
That's a fact.
When
He had the scroll.
forget the black belts and 10-degree black belt. He had the scroll.
He had the
That means
scroll.
he studied 20 styles. I studied 13.
Wow.
7 more, and I'll capture that.
Wow, wow.
You know,
Powerful.
you got the kids and all that.
Oh, so you have to teach me something.
Something different. Yeah, I got you.
Train them
I
all.
got you. And from there, man, I'm now juggling academics. I'm juggling the mixed martial arts. We got the U.S. team looking at me. Then I'm playing Bronx Youth International for the Bronx. And this music thing. And so my parents are fighting it so much. I'm sneaking to do it, but more of my focus was in sports. Right? Remember, my father's a minister, my dad's a nurse.
That's a fact.
So even while I'm sneaking, it's still strict. Bro, I let loose when they said I got into Columbia, NYU, I didn't even go. Prestigious college. I went to Temple. My brother went to Bridgeport. My sister went to NYU. They stayed. I was so sheltered and so this, even though I had a street life. That opportunity, I did, bro. When I left, and they say, oh, when you're here in college, you're an adult. The parents got to go to the council and do this just to get what I'm doing, the information. I felt like a man. I was on my 10 toes. I can go do what I want to do. I was only kept the schoolwork intact, bro. I was doing St. Joe's homecoming. I went to Temple. I was up in the same way I did the hustling with the crates. I did that with the colleges.
Wow.
Right? Because they already had like a home DJ for my college, the Temple University.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bet that's what it is. I started doing the house parties, doing little parties here and there. Met DJ Clue, met Funkmaster Flex, saw what they did, rocked the whole gym. Shit, that's me. I need to do that. So sorry, but now I go to St. Joe's, get on. I'm doing a homecoming. I go to Villanova, doing their homecoming. St. Joe's, doing their homecoming. Penn State, doing their homecoming.
Dope.
CCP, a lot of community colleges, doing their homecoming. And then my own university, I'm making a buzz outside. I get on with DJ Clue.
Wow.
I get to open up for DJ Clue, brother. Listen to me. 1999. I get to open up for DJ Clue. I get to open up for Funkmaster Flex in the same month.
Wow.
You can't tell me nothing.
That's a fact.
So,
Bro, I don't care how good I thought I was, you gotta believe you're the best, man. I was soaking up everything, man. I was dialed in. And from there, knowing that I love music, I said, how can I stand separate from the rest? Everybody seems to have a niche in terms of a genre. They do hip hop, a little bit of dancehall. They do dancehall, a little bit of this and that. They do R&B. They do house music. They do rave. They do bachata, merengue. They do Afro beats. I loved it all growing up. So nobody understood my style for a time. People didn't understand me.
Yeah.
I ended up having to do warehouses with a variety of. So I didn't experience racism for a long while.
Yeah.
Because I was DJing to Indians, whites, black, all type of races, all religion, didn't matter, wilding out, doing all type of stuff, playing house music, playing. That's where I made my name, believe it or not. I made my name in house music and techno and rave. I was the only black DJ with 6 other white DJs with his shirt off. I was caught up, bro. I was you.
Yeah.
I was you. I was you. I was you. If you notice, no come on. Yeah. But I was one black
I
DJ.
actually like to attend raves, bro.
really?
They party, bro.
Wow.
I was getting
They
judged by my
party,
own
bro.
community. I was getting judged by
They
these
party.
guys. These guys is like, what are you doing over here?
Yeah,
That's
man,
not
they
our
party,
scene.
man. They
Play a
party.
dancehall, play some dancehall, my youth. Where you go out with all kind of, what you used to call me? I forget what kind of chichi man business you go with. Have shirt off. You have shirt off with them white boy. So the white, they used to think I was white all this stuff. Because before there was a thing called coding.
Yeah.
You see how I flipped it on you?
Yeah.
I was coding. I was already doing the interview code. I was already doing the street vernacular. I was already, because remember coming up and just putting myself out there, I'm meeting all type of races. So I took from everything. I soaked up from everything. Bloody hey man, how you doing? I thought like I was one of these cats.
That's a fact.
So now I'm getting deeper into the DJing, and this is what's gonna mess you up. I left this part out. Entering into college, you can go undergrad and apply to med school. I actually went from Mount St. Michael to a 6-year program.
Wow.
And having a year and a half left, I got an opportunity to go to Paris. Listen to me carefully. Having a year and a half left in residency, that means I'm gonna be a neurosurgeon in a year and a half. I got an opportunity to go to Paris.
To DJ.
Remember I told you the capacity for warehouses was 2,000-3,000.
That's a fact.
Well, I'm going to Paris to DJ for about 20,000 people. Just because a white, what do you call it? Someone in the congregation, the crowd, just someone that's loved what I used to do and how I mix. Because I was the type of guy, when my time came out, I mix house music, dancehall, I mix trap, I mix hip hop. I would make a R&B slow beat sound like a Busta Rhymes would hit you. You get what I'm saying? The up tempo.
Yeah.
I was already doing the acapella of one of your favorite love songs or your favorite classics, or a Beanie or a Buju or a Biggie or Tupac, and put it over a dancehall beat or a house beat or a rave beat. So I was doing them things from back then before it become a thing now. Now it's a thing on TikTok and all this. I wish what we have now. If I had TikTok,
well, listen,
and Instagram,
I wouldn't want to cut you off, right? I got a song.
What's up, brother?
I got a song
remix
that's like that's an EDM record.
Oh.
And I want to tap into that market. Like, we already about to tap into the Afrobeat market with Dama Key, the new artist that More Money just signed. And I think like, yo, you can help me do that. So, but go ahead, go on.
Hold on, before we even continue, what genre or genres? I believe you have an artist sign that you manage. That artist is your female artist.
Yeah, she's
what
an
genre
Afrobeat.
is she doing?
Afrobeat artist.
Afrobeat.
Yeah, she's
You
from
know, as
Mali.
an Afrobeat, she can touch a lot of genres, right?
Exactly.
You know, I
And
can use what she does and go into what you're talking about.
That's what
I can
what
play.
I'm saying. We're
I can
gonna
play
link.
with all that.
Everything is gonna link. Everything.
I'm gonna mess up your head with it.
You already know.
Let me hear one of that song.
So all the people out there, you already know this right here is in the making, history in the making. That's why I love doing
absolutely.
it because, like I said, a year from now when it blow up, y'all gonna come back to the podcast and see where it all started, where the ideas came and all that. So what did you said you was med
Pre-med.
pre-med.
I want to be a neurosurgeon.
Wow.
Yeah, because growing up, not knowing he was Republican, but growing up, I loved Ben Carson.
Okay.
And he was the first African American to separate Siamese twins successfully.
All right, so before we start, because you know the Moors is watching.
I'm getting deeper.
The Moors is watching. I let you slide 3 times.
Okay, talk to me.
I let you slide 3 times.
I know. I just caught that.
African American.
I know.
Negro.
I know.
Colored.
We dropping it.
We not dealing with those. So the Moors be on me. The Moors be in my inbox.
I'm sorry
like,
to my Moors.
Why you ain't telling? And I be trying
stand
to tell the
corrected.
Moors. I let the
stand
Moors know though. Like I run my platform the way I want to run my platform.
Respectfully.
And I don't force my ideas on my guests or on my people or cut you off and try to, black is black, more, because that's not what it's for. I want you to be receptive to what I'm doing, and I want people to be receptive to my platform.
Absolutely.
So I want to give everybody a chance to express themselves, and I was there.
Yeah.
I used to say black. I used to say African. I still say black sometimes.
I'm still going. I'm involved in the thing about me that makes me great for you is I'm more than receptive.
That they gave us.
No, but the thing is, I'm more than receptive. I understand no matter how intelligent I am, I don't know everything. So if I learn something new from you, like, let's pause on me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you an example, right? I just recently found out you dropped you got rid of, exterminated your African name.
That's a fact.
Your slave name.
That's a fact.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That impressed me so much, even though I'm from a different lineage or.
Well, let's get into that. So
I am curious about how you did that. We're gonna follow up with my thing.
this is what he's talking about, y'all.
Just to
Where
show
cameras
the
at?
Moors respect have to be where respect is. So I apologize. I got you. You know, I'll clean it up.
Islam, more.
I'll clean it up.
So that's what he's talking about right now. I just got it fresh off the
we
press.
gotta talk about that. That's bigger than some of the stuff I'm saying. We gotta talk about it. Well,
so you know, I used to be Demetrius Andre Williams.
drop the gems.
And I appreciate my mother naming me that. You know what I'm saying? I respect my mother and father. I honor thy mother and my father. And yeah, it's a cute name, but the legacy is not something that I want to carry on. So the Williams name is from the Williamson family of Europeans aristocrats who owned my great-great-great-grandfather.
Right.
Well, we was originally owned by the Bonners from Milledgeville, Georgia. The Bonner family actually is the majority of Milledgeville, Georgia.
Okay.
The man who owned my family basically donated Milledgeville. Milledgeville was a plantation for over like 200 slaves. And when they ended slavery, he donated the plantation to the city. So today, the high school, city hall, everything, the playgrounds, everything is built on a plantation that my family worked on.
Oh my God.
So we had the Bonner family from the Bonner last name.
Right.
And then through, of course, transference
Right.
and buy-in and different things,
Right.
we had acquired Williams. So Williams isn't the legacy that I want to carry on for my kids.
Gotcha.
So all a part of being a Moor is honing in and recognizing your nationality and recognizing who you are before we was colonized. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about lifting the covers off of the lies of that. You know, they brought all these Africans over here from Africa. And I was seeing something today. They was talking about how, why would you bring your cargo, right, 100,000 miles from Africa
Wow.
and risk most of them dying
Yes.
when you could just enslave the people that's
Enslave the
already
people
here?
that's already
Right.
here.
So you got to know and understand, when the Moors is claiming nationality, we're not claiming only nationality to the Moors in North Africa, because you're standing on Africa.
Right.
America means Africa in Moorish Latin. The original.
Say that one more time, just in case.
America means Morocco
Right.
in Moorish Latin. So everybody fighting to go back to Africa, you're already standing on it.
Right.
And the whole reason the Europeans, I remember Donald Trump signed a petition with the president of Ghana, where they had Exodus, where President Trump was like, any African Americans want to go back to Africa, I will allow it.
Yeah.
You will allow
I
it.
remember this. Yeah.
You can only allow a slave. So if you're African American, if you black, black power, slave power. You understand? But when you're Moor, your international identity changes. You understand?
Pause. You know, sometimes you gotta know when you drop a gem to say it again, because it goes over certain people's heads, brother.
Islam.
You hear what he just said?
So the power,
powerful stuff, bro.
the power of Jamaica,
That's crazy.
Cuba, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Canada, that's America.
Right.
No, but that's not what they teach us in the
That's not
books.
what they teach.
America, if you ask
Let's
a
talk about it.
5-year-old or
Let's talk about it.
10-year-old,
Let's talk about it.
what's America? They're going to say the United States, which is only North America.
North America.
America is actually a continent.
Absolutely.
So you have Canada, you have North America, then you have South America, then you have the adjoining islands, which you have Samoa, Moors.
Yes.
Shout out to the blood Samoans, my brothers, the Moors holding it down. Shout out to the Hawaiians, who are Moors. Shout out to the Yardman, the Jamaicans, who come from the tribe of Benjamin, who also are known to come from the unruly West Africans.
West Africans, facts. Big
You
fact.
understand?
Absolutely.
But we got to understand Pangea. All the continents was connected. We was here,
Yes.
but they say we wasn't here.
Yeah.
So for me, this right here is my legacy. I can't have kids and give them the Williams last name
Right.
because your last name, before you have a trust fund, before you have a bank account, before you have a real estate.
Yeah.
Anybody know anything about estate law or estates?
Definitely.
Where you have houses and you have assets in your estate. Before you can have an estate, your first and the very most important estate that you can have is your last name. So that's why they changed. You got to know and understand everything these Europeans did, they did it for a reason. So taking your last name was for a reason. Not letting you talk your language was for a reason. Not letting you practice your culture was for a
Your
reason.
religion.
Like let's bring up polygamy. Polygamy is outlawed in European countries.
Talk about when I started,
Right?
I done opened up this can.
But that's just one faucet of our culture that a lot of people who are indoctrinated look down on that part of the culture. But you can't accept one part of the culture without accepting all part of the culture. Because that culture is what built those pyramids. That culture was built the mounds in America. You know what I'm saying? So we got to know and understand that everything that they created was to destroy our power.
Right.
Everything that gave us power, they took it away.
Absolutely.
So I have regained my power by having my name officially changed on all my paperwork to Hafiz Saifullah Bey. You understand? So now all my children, my wives, everybody will have the Bey last name. And it will be a legacy, a brand new legacy that I'll be creating from scratch, and it start from me.
Right.
But if I understand correctly, not everyone can change their name as easy, and it's a certain type of.
And that's where we get to what I was saying about being a slave.
Okay.
When you're African American and you're black, and you go to the DMV and you sign that paperwork for a license or a permit, you basically giving them jurisdiction over you. You're giving them. They don't have a right to have you, but when you sign your name on their paperwork, who reads that? Nobody.
Nobody likes to read nowadays.
All the people watching out there, you go to these go to these institutions, you sign your name, you don't read it.
Short, what's that? Short
Your name,
Yeah.
your name, I said it again, is your most powerfulest thing that you could give to somebody.
Absolutely.
Is your name. That's your estate. So when you sign your name with the DMV, you give them jurisdiction over you. So now you tell them, if we pull you over and you're not following our rules, guess what?
What's up?
We could arrest you.
Yes.
If we pull you over and you're not following our rules, guess what? We could shoot you in your face and not get no time. Because you're, first of all, you're not even a live person.
Right.
You're not real.
Property.
You're property.
Yep.
That's why when they give you a birth certificate when you're born, they give you a bond. That bond, they trick your mother and father. They started doing it with slaves, but now America has swallowed all of the races that come to this country looking for a better life. They do not tell them in secret that every baby that they have in the hospital, they create a bond, and that bond goes on a stock market, and they trade on that bond, and they bet on you. They say, DJ Lion Paw is going to make $1 million in his lifetime, working, paying taxes. Who want to bet that he does or he doesn't? And then you got other rich corporations saying, I don't think he will. I think he will. I think he. So they trading on us. So the whole point is to get your name back, right? Get your estate, own your estate, and claim ownership to the bond, to the certificate. Then once you claim ownership to the bond, you could send out. This is the process. I'm like, it's levels to this. I know. That's right. Everybody want to jump in. You can't really jump in because if you do something wrong, you could really mess yourself up because these Europeans is not gonna give you nothing. You gotta know what you're talking about.
Yep.
And you gotta know the history. That's why a lot of people like, I want to be a Moor.
Yeah.
And you can't be. I'm not taking nobody to my temple unless you read a certain amount of books that I give you and you get the education, so you know what you're talking about. So you don't mess yourself up, and you don't mess it up for the future Moors.
Because you will be challenged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can mess it up for the future Moors, where you could mess it up where other Moors won't be able to go through the process as easy as relinquishing their last names and creating a new legacy for themselves. So you got the Bays, the Days, the L's, and Ali's. And that's our legacy, straight from Abraham and Ruth.
Because once the Europeans catch on to what we're doing, they're gonna
Of
make it
course.
harder and harder.
But see,
harder.
that's what they do, but they can't never stop it.
No.
Because let me tell you a story.
What's
the
up?
king of Morocco tried to sell us out.
Yeah.
And of course, our Arab brothers. Now, for the people who don't know the history, supposedly Abraham had 2 wives. One wife was the mother of the Eastern indigenous nation that we call Arabs today.
Right.
And the other wife was the mother of the Moorish nation that we call African today.
Yeah.
So his 2 wives they mothered these 2 nations. So these last names are the last names of the Canaanites, the Moabites, and the Hittites.
Yeah.
So even us as a people, they got all this Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com is a hoax. There's nowhere in the world that they can figure out where you are, where you're from through your DNA. That's a hoax. The best way you can figure out who you are is to trace it through the melanin. So the melanin means that you was born from a particular people, from a particular part of the earth, with a particular ancestor. And then everybody else on this earth came later. You understand?
Yeah.
There was dark-skinned
Yeah.
Chinese karate masters.
Yes.
That's where karate comes from.
Yes.
Dark-skinned karate masters.
Absolutely. Oh, you know
Samurais.
You know that.
The first samurai was a dark-skinned Japanese samurai.
Shake your head real quick. You know
You understand? So everything around the world that they master, Buddha was a Moor.
Was a Moor.
Christopher
A lot of
Columbus.
people don't know that.
People think Christopher Columbus was from Spain.
Yeah.
Africans built the boats for many nations for thousands of years.
Absolutely.
Europeans thought the world was flat, and they thought if they sailed the boat to the end of the ocean, they would fall off.
Yep. No, true story. Yeah.
So how did they travel and circumvent the globe? They circumvented the globe by hiring West Africans who were being hired by the Chinese.
Yes.
Everybody around the world hired West Africans to build boats. So let me tell you a secret about Moor.
Oh yeah.
There's many meanings to Moor. One of the favorite meanings is navigator. We are the navigators. So when they bought these boats from the West Africans, to buy boats, okay, say the Queen of England wanted 50 boats.
Yeah.
She also had to buy manpower. Because the Europeans didn't know how to read compasses and navigate. They didn't know how to read maps. They didn't. The pirate stories is all Moors.
Some laborers. Right?
They was not Europeans. Europeans did not sail the seas until later.
Yeah.
Way later.
Yeah.
You understand? So knowing and understanding all this knowledge, right? I like to challenge the people out there watching the God Hour podcast. Don't inbox me and ask me how do I become a Moor. You can't become a Moor. You can't join the Moors and you can't become a Moor. There's no initiation. There's none of that. You have to be born a Moor. Your descent. So, that's what it is, man. We can go on all night with this more science fire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could go on all night, but
well, as I was saying, man, like I said, once that happened, that took a life of its own. So I wanted to be a doctor. So fast forward, it was complete this year and a half. Now I understood why parents would say it's hard to work and go to school. I was doing it for a while, but when I came back from Paris and opening up over there, you heard of Red Rat?
Red Rat?
Red Rat is a Jamaican dancehall artist. Red Rat, Cocoa Tea is on it. I believe Beanie Man at the time.
Of course.
And I think Pinchers.
Pinchers, I heard Pinchers.
I'm opening up for that.
Wow.
20,000. So it was like, we'll do these finals exams, right, in residency, or we'll do this opportunity right here. I could always go back to school. So I was like, all right, let me go see what's going on here. From there, believe it or not, that's when my name kind of just started ringing bells and took life. So by the time I came back, I used to live in something like this establishment, but it was like a house, and it stood on its own in a residential area, and everything across was a residential area. I turned it into a club.
Wow.
House music on the 4th floor. I was telling them, I was getting house music on the 3rd. So dig this, I was also paralegal. So real quick, I didn't become the doctor, but I ended up with a bio degree. Wasn't using it, ran into my organic chemistry professor while
We wrapping up the God Hour podcast. This is your big homie DEMEGOD. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe, hit the bell so we can bring you more podcasts. Make sure you tap in with the 100 Moors on iTunes right now. Make sure you tap in with Get Your Lies Straight featuring Ye, a.k.a. Kanye West. And make sure you tap in on Amazon and get If God Could Rap, the poetry book. Yo, Nikki, we gotta put the spotlight on Nikki. Nikki has an outfit that's just beautiful.
Facts.
Stand up and give us a little turnaround.
You know, it's the 360.
360 joint. Fix that camera so we can see her face too, Moor.
I try.
Beautiful.
If pretty was a person.
One more time.
If pretty was a person.
Rewind.
The rewind on
If
come again.
Mobitis was a person.
Pull up. Get him a teaser.
That's a fact. And she go with the Moroccan flag. She got that green. That go with that green star, baby. It's long. It's the God Hour podcast. 100 Moors. Rise of the Moors. DJ Lion Paw. And we are in the building. Shout out to K Kills for bringing Quentin Gilmore through. Appreciate you. Shout out to Miss Energy. We see you. We missed you, but we definitely see you.
Yes.
It's long.
It's long.